Welcome to class 10 students. This is the continuation part of the chapter environment, its resources and their conservation. This is the fifth part of the chapter. I have started from the third sub part of this chapter, which is 5C, environment and human population. I am going to continue from 5C till the end of the chapter, and Shantini ma'am will be doing the first two parts of the chapter. And in my previous video I have discussed with you the first four consequences or the first four problems of the ever increasing population in our world. Okay, so the first four are done. I hope it is clear to you all. These are quite important points. Moving on with the fifth point, air and water pollution. So with the increasing population, obviously the amount of pollution will also increase, right? So air and water pollution is taking place because of overpopulation, means it is parallel. As the number of people all over the world, that means the population is increasing, parallelly pollution, rate of pollution is also increasing. And the pollution is in air, in water, in soil, everywhere. Overexploitation of underground water by shallow and deep tube wells results into arsenic poisoning. So increasing population means increased demand of everything, all the resources and fresh water. In the previous point only I explained that there is an acute shortage of fresh water throughout the world, and in search of fresh water people are digging deep. Okay, and this over exploitation of the underground water in search of fresh water, either by shallow tube wells or deep tube wells, results into arsenic poisoning, which is very harmful type of disease, and people, a lot of people has died due to arsenic poisoning. And due to this digging deep and causing, means building tube wells, maybe shallow or deep, whatever tube wells, this is causing arsenic poisoning. Okay, after the fifth point we are moving over to the sixth point, which is changes in atmospheric condition and global warming. Global warming is a very big topic right now. All the scientists are talking about global warming, why global warming is taking place, what are the consequences of global warming, how can this be stopped, and in the near future, like in 50-100 years, what will be the stage, what will be the condition of our planet if this, in this way, global warming continues. Okay, so due to excessive production of greenhouse gases. So what are the greenhouse gases? The carbon dioxide, CH4, methane, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, N2, etc. all these are greenhouse gases. And by industrialization, means to produce industries for urbanization, modernization, atmospheric condition is gradually changing. Modernization means in our nowadays, in all, mostly all homes have air conditioners, refrigerators is everywhere. Okay, so when they are turned on, they leave a gas known as chlorofluorocarbon, in short we call it as CFC. And this gas is basically a greenhouse gas, I already told you. And this gas is depleting the ozone layer, which is causing global warming. And due to global warming, what is happening, the glaciers are melting, the ice caps on the mountains are melting, and as a result, what is happening, the melted water then comes down from the high altitude and comes down and meets falls into the sea or the oceans, and as a result, what is happening, the ocean level or the sea level are rising. And scientists have predicted that in about 50 years, or they have said around 2050, I don't know how much correct it is, but even if it is not 2050, in 50, 70, 100 years a lot of the coastal areas are going to go underwater due to this global warming and melting of the ice caps and increasing sea level. Okay, so a lot of the coastal areas are going to be underwater in like 50-100 years. Okay, this global warming results into greenhouse effect. You all know about greenhouse effect. So point number 6 is done. Next we move on to point number 7, destruction of wetland, and its consequences. Now, what is wetland? A place where water is stagnant, or maybe it's flowing but not flowing much like a river. Those are known as wetlands, and wetlands are they act as natural reservoirs of water. They act as a ecosystem, means they act as habitats for lot of animals, a lot of organisms. Okay, natural or man-made aquatic habitat where water may be running, lotic or stagnant, lentic, is called wetland. Wetlands are very useful as water reservoir, ponds for cultivation of fish. As I said, that fishes are also cultivated in these type of wetlands, and not only fishes, other aquatic animals are also found there. They are nature's kidney. Just like our kidney, we will not be able to survive without our kidneys. They play such an important role. Similarly, for the nature also, wetlands play the role of kidneys, and they are very important in keeping the balance of the nature intact. But these wetlands, as they are rich in species diversity, there are a large number of diversified species or organisms live there. They are like hotspots. I will talk about hotspots in the in the next topic. But they are like hotspots. That means they have a very rich species diversity, but also they are threatened from extinction. Okay, so we are done with point number 7. Next we move on to point number 8, which is scarcity of food, means shortage of food. We already talked about shortage of drinking water. Fresh water shortage is there, and along with it, people not only, means obviously they need water, but they also need food to survive. Okay, so overpopulation, in the same way that overpopulation is causing shortage of drinking water or fresh water, overpopulation is also causing shortage of food. Food also comes from natural resources, from means like the fruits come from the plants, the crops needs to be grown in the agricultural lands, and the space for agriculture is also shrinking. So it is a massacre, and it leads to competition. Means suppose in a forest due to overpopulation, there are a large number of tigers, and tigers are, and only a little amount, means a normal amount of deer or whatever the tigers eat. Okay, and due to the large number of tigers, they are now competing among themselves in order to struggle, in order to survive. Okay, and thus that is also causing a negative effect or impact on the environment. And in case of human beings, for human beings, as you know that if there is a demand of something, the price of that thing will be increased, and this is how economy of the country works, right? So these are the 8 points which you will have to learn to learn about the problems of ever increasing population. Okay.